find yourself running through the forest or the jungle, you are in panic. You're already done. You're just very focused. I think Queta's lost. I hear Queta screaming out there. He is freaking out. The jungle is swallowing him up. You gotta be real careful here, keep your cool, or you try to get here fast, the jungle will drown you.
I am Manny. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks, and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild.
It's early morning. The sun has just risen. We're in a huge ranch, thousands of acres in Southwest Florida. We've been given permission. We're fortunate to be out here. This place is wild. I mean, there's everything out here. I can't wait to explore. I have no idea what I'm gonna encounter. Every place I go, this is a savage wild. I have no idea what's gonna happen or where it's gonna take me to. There's swamps, there's quarries, there's forests, there's everything out here.
This ranch is so huge and the vegetation is so thick, the best way to explore it is with a swamp buggy. A custom-built monster that can go anywhere without getting stuck. The drought conditions are worse than I've ever seen them. This entire area should be 2 feet underwater. So we look for water holes where every type of wildlife, predator and prey, will congregate to drink and find food.
Hi, my name is Booker Cawthorn. I've been on this place since I was born. These are some bad holes we're going to. It's dangerous. It gets real scary real fast. Better man ain't going in it than me. Real good thing. I ain't going in them. No, they're real bad.
I am worried about the crew. Water moccasins will be attracted to any water hole, and we will be walking where they are very hard to spot until it's too late.
This is a dried out swamp. We're in a drought right now, so we're gonna look for the last remaining pockets of water. That's where all the wildlife is gonna be concentrated. You know, wildlife needs water, that's where they're gonna be at. So that's what we're searching for right now, and that's what we're gonna go into.
Right there in the middle, where these tire tracks go by. See if there's any water in it.
Over here, there's a little pond left. I'm gonna see if there's any water in there. So we don't want to drive the buggy in there because if anything's in there, it's going to scare it away. So we're going to sneak in there and see if any of the critters, snakes, whatever are hiding in there. This is really dry. I mean, it's a little bit of mud here, but normally this would be this deep in water. This is where alligators are swimming in here year round. And right now it's like this, so hopefully there's water in there. You can't see from here. It's up in there where the highest grass is, the highest vegetation is. That's where the last water hole is going to be. You can tell by looking at the vegetation somewhere where the water is, even though you can't see it. Walk real soft. Especially snakes, they can't hear, but if you stomp on the ground, they pick up your vibration. So I want to go real here, nice and easy. I want to spot them before they disappear into all this underbrush. We have a little bit of water in here, as you can see. You know, now, this is probably a gator den in here. So there's a gator in there. He'll sit in here till the rains come again. He can survive in here. There's enough moisture in here to keep him alive. He's a reptilian. He can go months and months without eating. He'll sit there, wait for the rain to come back, and then when this gets full of water again, the fish will come back, everything will come back, and then he'll start eating. He can just sit here and survive until this place gets back to normal and full of food. He might be in here. Or he may have walked. Oh yeah, there it is. This is den right here. See, oh yeah, this is gator den right in here. See how my spear goes in here? This is a cave in here. See, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look how far this cave goes in there. He could be in here, or he may have left and walked off to some other pond somewhere where there's more water. There's no telling.
I am exploring a vast private reserve in the middle of the worst drought that Florida has experienced in a long time. With no water, the wildlife is fighting for survival. I have to be very careful. And I experience a terrible scare. One of our crew becomes lost in a dense jungle.
We gotta get going, guys. We gotta find him. He's deep in there, man.
The reason I'm looking for frogs and minnows and guppies, that's what the cottonmouth eats. That's what the snakes will be feeding on. And the baby gators and even a big gator may be hiding in here. But if all that is gone, there's no reason for them to be here. And they'll leave. So I'm looking for that little honey hole. I've just located water in the middle of this marsh. This should be a honey hole. Right here, I'm gonna ease my way through here. As a matter of fact, there's a frog right there. Yeah, we're in the right spot. There'll be snakes here. Those are leopard frogs. They're very aquatic. The fact they're in here means this last remaining water here, this little pond, is alive. There could be cottonmouths in here. There could be alligators, all kinds of dangerous wildlife. And look how high the vegetation in here. A lot of places for snake and alligator to hide. So I'm gonna sneak in here real slowly and investigate this place. There's a frog right there. That is a pig frog. That's a very aquatic frog. It feeds exclusively on crayfish. So this area, it's gotta have it. It's just a matter of me being able to see what's in here. I'm sure there's something in here. I have to be able to find it. Okay, there's a baby gator there. So there is a baby. This could be a big one. There could be a huge den under here. I don't know how many gators are in here or how many snakes are in here, but everything is hiding. I'm just slowly making my way around the pond, and I'm seeing a lot of wildlife in here. I think I smell a cottonmouth or a water snake. There's some in here. By the way, you're covered in ants. This here is a banded water snake. A lot of people mistaken it for a cottonmouth. They look a lot alike. They live in the water the same, but it's it's harmless. It'll bite you, but it's totally harmless. It's very aquatic. This snake rather dive in the water to escape. The cottonmouth is more landbound. The water snake can dive underwater very good. The cottonmouth floats on top of the water. This snake will sink automatically. These marshes must be full of them when the water is high. They eat frogs and fish. See, when I grabbed him, he'd nip me on the tree, but it's such a minor bite. I'm gonna let him go. Another thing I want to say about them is the water moccasins eat these snakes. The cottonmouth, which is the water moccasin, is very cannibalistic. This is a gator den full of baby alligators. There are two generations. I mean, there's an older group and a younger group. In other words, the female alligator has given birth, has laid eggs in this place twice. We have baby gators that are this big and baby gators that are that big. So there's two different batches are in there, a year apart. I'm not too crazy about sticking my hand in an alligator den. I've done it a bunch of times, but not with a female with a bunch of babies. This is over the top. There. Let's see. This is the best gator call there is, right here. Some of the hunters can imitate it, alligator hunters, but there's nothing like the real thing. There's also a possibility there could be a very shy female in there that will not come near people. I've seen that also. I've seen some females that will run out of the water after you, and other females that will disappear and abandon their babies. But they know they go back in there, they're safe. That's the reason when we came here, all of them swam in there. This is probably a gator den in here. So there's a gator in there. He'll sit in here till the rains come again. He can survive in here. This is very dangerous. You could be crawling through here and you put your hand on top of a cottonmouth. If a wild boar comes through here, this is tight quarters. There's nowhere for him to run and nowhere for you to run. We made it back to the buggy, but Cueta's lost. I can't find him. I can't hear him. I hope he's okay. I'm really starting to worry. The crew has located a cottonmouth. I am anxious to examine it. Okay, don't stomp the ground. Don't stomp the ground hard. This is death in the swamp. And be real gentle with this animal. I don't do the head grabs anymore because I don't want to lose any more body parts. The bite of this snake is worse than a rattlesnake. When he turns to me, I turn him away from me. See? So he doesn't pick up my heat. Turn him away from me, turning him away from me. That's what I do. Keep turning him away. Okay, there we go. He's about 2.5 feet long. He's trying to climb this log to get with my hand. So I'm holding the tail to keep him from getting to me. But he's definitely picking me up with his pits. Do the belly lift on him. There we go. I'm just very focused on this snake here. I gotta be able to have a drop the minute he's coming towards my hand. I cannot afford to get bit. I do enjoy interacting with him, I still do. Just gotta be a little more safe about it. I'm gonna take off and I'm gonna keep on exploring. I'm gonna let this guy crawl away and see what else I can find in these woods. Yeah, even though we have snake boots, take into account there could be a cottonmouth climbed up on here and it can strike you as you go by. You know, on any of these low trees that could be coiled up on there. So don't think you're completely covered. As we move further into the jungle,
I wonder if this was a mistake. It is so dense and tangled. We're not sure where we're going. And the crew is having a very hard time making it through. We are surrounded by thousands of acres of forest. We need to stay together and stay calm as we work our way out.
There's a bunch of undercuts in here, so this is one of the deeper areas. I'm so crazy trying to find water in here. If there's any water in here, that's where the wildlife is going to be at. Right now, what we got is a impenetrable jungle. This is very dangerous. You could be crawling through here and you put your hand on top of a cottonmouth. If a wild boar comes through here, this is tight quarters. There's nowhere for him to run and nowhere for you to run. You're face to face with everything in here. Whatever's in here, you're in close quarters. You're tied in with everything. This is extremely dangerous. Man, we found nothing but jungle and mud in here. All the water's dried up out of here. Guys! Anyways, yeah, we're trying to get out of here right now. We've done circles all over the swamp. Our crew is lost out here. Everybody's trying to yell at each other. The only way you can find each other is through yelling because you can't see nothing. But we're trying to get back out of the swamp and into the buggy. But yeah, this is normally this deep of water, but it's dried up completely. I think Cueta's lost. I hear Cueta screaming out there. He is freaking out. The jungle is swallowing him up. You got to be real careful in here, keep your cool, or you try to get here fast, the jungle will drown you. This place will kill you. You have to keep your mind right. This is what's going on with him over there. He's lost right now, and he's freaking out. He's screaming and screaming, trying to find his way out of here. If you have to spend the night in here and go to sleep, you got to mentally be prepared for it. You can get claustrophobia. This is jungle claustrophobia. That's what the example we have out here. You know, like somebody locked up in a closet. This is locked up in a jungle. It's the same feeling, and it's hot, it's humid, the bugs are biting you, there's insects, mosquitoes everywhere, and thorn trees are holding you, and the vegetation tangles you and holds you as you try to get through. So the human starts to panic, and he gets a claustrophobic, and he'll kill himself trying to get out of here. He'll fall on top of branches. You end up stepping on a cottonmouth doing this. So you have to keep your cool out here. What is the first sign of panic? If you find yourself running through the forest or the jungle, you are in panic. You're already done. You better get a hold of yourself and stop and calm down. Well, we made it back to the buggy, but Cueta's lost. I can't find him. I can't hear him. I hope he's okay. I'm really, really starting to worry. Cueta! Cueta! Dude, there's something wrong with him. No, he panicked. I don't know why he didn't stay with us.
Dude, he's lost. We gotta go right now, huh?
He's major lost. He may try to go through this huge cypress head to the other side. I don't know how far it is.
We gotta get going, guys. We gotta find him.
Yeah,
he's deep in there, man.
He's deep.
He can't hear very well, and he's stuck in there now. We gotta get after him. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
3 hours later, we find him, miles away from the spot where we lost him, wandering a dirt road.
Get some water ready. He doesn't have water for a long time.
Hopping mad, but otherwise okay.
I don't believe it, man. You guys left me there in the stupid swamp. What the hell's wrong with you? For 2.5 hours, I've been walking around like an idiot. I have no idea where east or west is. I have absolutely, thank you.
Here, dude.
Not even a cold one?
Dude, we don't have a cold one. Just drink that.
Almighty.
Come on.
Hold on, nothing,
Drink,
man.
drink. Just don't talk. Just drink. Drink. Okay? I'm not gonna argue with you. You should have stayed with us.
Let me stay with you. I was yelling. I'm a city slicker. I don't know where east is or west is.
Listen.
What?
Visual side of us. Never mind. Just drink water. You know? No, I've been freaking out, panicking.
Freaking out.
Yeah, because
I've been freaking out.
I know you were freaking out. The woods will swallow you. We were talking about it. Once you lose your head out here, this place will kill you. You could have died of heat exposure. It's a hot day. There's not even water in that swamp to drink right now.
And I definitely would not drink that water in the swamp.
No, you would have sooner or later, believe me. First of all, you know how far you've traveled? Do you have any idea how far you've traveled?
No idea how far I've traveled.
No, you travel
I have no
miles
idea.
from that cypress head. You have no idea. We've been tracking, we all over creation. We've been looking for you, all over creation. You have no idea. I was panicking. We couldn't find you. I thought we were gonna find you like this, in the cypress somewhere.
First rule, Cuete, you get lost, you stay put.
Stay put where? In the middle of the swamp?
Yes.
Yes. We would have found your way
No,
faster.
you wouldn't have found me.
Yes, we
over
would have
there.
found you. Cuete, we could hear you screaming in the distance. But when we got to the buggy, we thought you were already there because we heard you quit screaming.
Right.
And then you wandered off.
We were in this swamp that was very, very thick. And when I got separated from the rest of the crew, I was taking some photographs of some nature mosquito shot or something that I caught my eye. And when I looked up, I realized I was all by myself. I guess I took a little bit too long. I started yelling. I could hear them way far away, but I kept on yelling, and all of a sudden, I didn't hear them anymore. So I tried to start walking in a direction I had heard the sound, but eventually I came out in a completely different place. I had no idea what my direction was, where I was going, where was north or south. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to spend the night out here. What an inconvenience. That's the first thing I thought.
You may not believe it, but I am safety-minded and all this dangerous stuff. But if anything happens to any of them, what am I going to tell their families? I mean, they love what they do. They're professionals. They know what they're getting into. We all know what we're getting into. We all love what we're doing. But, you know, this is a savage wild. And I'll see you next week.